Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Thank you, Chelsea. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of Georgia Gwinnett College. This is the Grizzly Talk Podcast with your host, Kennedy Patterson. Welcome back to the hit radio show, of course, streaming on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart Radio, Deezer, Pandora, SoundCloud, and also on our hit radio station of GTP 94.6, the radio station. So hopefully you guys are ready for another exciting week, of course. It is starting up the online learning services for GGC. A lot of people are seeing the emails and a lot of people are excited to be starting out and doing classes online to finish out this spring semester. So hopefully you guys stay close to your emails because professors are emailing you about this stuff. I know I'm getting a lot of emails from my professors letting me know about my next assignments and what's next to come up to do on GGC Online. So hopefully you guys are ready for it and welcome back. If you guys haven't heard of GTP 94.6, the radio station, what are you waiting for? Go out and listen to it right now. It's on Spotify and iTunes. All you have to do is go to that website, type in GTP 94.6 radio station. It loads up and you guys can hear previous and newest to oldest episodes on there. So I really recommend that you guys go out and do that and listen to it for sure. So more news announcements from the Get Involved. Of course, they're going to continue up their Humans of SISC program, of course, featuring Ramshaw Mona Eliza. Of course, she is the next this week's Humans of SISC. So check it out. It's on their post for GGC Get Involved. If you guys haven't listened or haven't followed their Instagram, it's all kind of one word, is at GGC_Get Involved. Again, that's at GGC_Get Involved. So you guys can look at that post for sure. They're also posting things about the keys to success. Of course, they did a motivational Monday. The key to success is to focus on goals, not obstacles. That's really nice that they posted something like that because it's a bittersweet moment. It's a good moment to let people know that to stay strong during this whole crisis that we're in, kind of. And I'm pretty sure we'll be back on campus soon enough. So for here at GTP, I like to make sure that everyone is staying positive. Positive vibes only. That's all I can say is positive vibes only. So we've got an announcement to make, guys, on the show here today. Of course, with our Instagram following, we have 1,717 followers strong for our GTP Instagram account. We're actually going to start something out very, very new. Of course, we're going to be starting out the GTP Live on Instagram. So what that is we're trying to get all RSOs, whether it's representatives, treasurers, vice president, or president, to do a live stream on Instagram. There's a way on Instagram you could do an Instagram with two people. I saw that to be very, very unique and very cool. So we're going to bring back having guests on the show, but trying to keep our social distance, but doing it on social media. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it'll be a good idea? I think it'll be a rocking good idea, simply because it's something new. It's something very, very new, and we're also keeping strong with GGC RSOs to still be alive during the whole thing that we're going through right now. So I really recommend that you guys join us later on this week. We're going to be having, of course, GGC Gear 2020 on the show. And I'm excited for them because they have their GGC Gear Online program. They were going to have a conference at GGC, but they decided to move it online. So I cannot wait to see the journey of that. And I just really cannot wait for GGC Gear. I've been following GGC Gear at the beginning of the semester that I know about it. And they're really advocating, they're really marketing it out really well. And to see that they're taking great lengths to move online is something very, very spectacular. So we've got a message here from our president. Of course, you guys can read the email, but I'm going to read the email out here. Dr. Jan Joseph, our third president, of course, here at GGC, she states, the situation we find ourselves in is in one none of us could ever imagine just a few weeks ago. We have been challenged to rethink the way to conduct our day-to-day lives as we search for normalcy that once determine our thoughts and actions. While there is still a great deal of uncertainty in some areas of our lives, there are also some things we can be certain about and hold on to as we create our new normal. Okay, today is an exciting day for us. Our parking lots, walkways, and classrooms may not be filled, but the virtual world of learning is full of GGC. Is full around GGC. While the college has been utilizing a modified operation structure, we have rallied to ensure that we are ample prepared for the return on online classes. Countless efforts has been made to further organize our resources around the online platform, utilizing its infrastructure in place to ensure the remainder of the spring semester is successful. So, great words from Dr. Joseph, our president here at GGC. I'm not going to harp on it too much on the podcast, but it really shows that the faculty and president and provost, they're really trying hard to kind of adjust to this. Some people would say they saw this thing coming. I didn't see it coming until it happened. So for it to be kind of new and kind of innovate something new, to keep the spring semester going is amazing. I applaud our faculty for doing stuff like that because, there's a lot of schools out there now that don't know what to do, and it's a moment where we need professors, we need faculty to know what's the next step, because when you don't know that next step, then you end up failing in the end. So it's amazing, to say the least. It's amazing to see that GGC is taking these measures and doing some things that might be a little bit different, for sure. And it really is exciting, to say the least. It really is. It warms my heart. It really does, to have the GGC faculty really continue on with spring semester, because a lot of students thought that, okay, so if we don't finish the spring semester, what happens now? Does the spring semester not count? Do we have to start all the way back over? I'm not for it. I'm glad that they're not deciding that. Some schools are thinking about it, but I'm thankful that they're not starting the spring semester all over again, because that would have been horrible. But to continue on with classes online, it's a great moment, and professors are trying to work with us as best as they can. So it really is an exciting time to have them work with us and really work with us and do our thing, and continue on with that. So it just really is amazing. So we've got another GGC PD questionnaire. I did this on the last show, but you guys enjoyed it this show, so I want to do it again for the podcast here today. Of course, the GGC Public Safety, GGC PD. What day/time is the best event in the fall? So there's a lot of cool events that happen in the fall. We're planning an event for you and want so many people to come as possible. We need your input. So March Through the Arch is a great event for fall because it opens up the whole semester and it kind of opens up the whole year. I can't say that's a huge event, but we've actually had bigger events than March Through the Arch. My personal favorite, and this kind of goes out to GGC Res Life, when they host their fashion show. Each fall, each year, they have hosted a fashion show, and I've attended pretty much almost all of them because that crowd is really, really amazing. And I preach to you guys on campus, and I talk to you guys, on campus, off campus, and I talk to GGC Athletics about the same thing. GGC Res Life is a huge community with diversity and creativity. So they're now called Share. So I got to remind myself to call them Share. It is Res Life, but their new name is Share, the Share community over in GGC Res Life. When they host their fashion show, it's bigger and it's better each time. Each year is bigger and bigger, and it serves more of a meaning. This past fashion show, they did a theme for for the community of self-love. And they also paid a tribute to the, of course, hip rapper Nipsey Hussle. So, and you had one of the directors, Bakari, to say a poem, kind of make the people think over in the fashion show. So that show, I would have to say, was one of my favorites out of all of them that I've been, because they really put some thought into it. So yes, GGC Res Life's fashion show is a big event for fall, and I encourage you guys to come there for this coming fall for their next fashion show. This might be my last fashion show going, because I am graduating in fall, so bittersweet moment there, but I recommend you guys going out there and coming out to that fashion show. March Through the Arch is good. GGC Grizzly Fest is amazing. I cannot wait to do another Grizzly Fest 1 hour spectacular. Last year was fantastic. You guys can listen to it on our YouTube at either K.L.P. Entertainment, or you can go to Podchaser to listen up for the 1 hour spectacular. That was very fun to do. I enjoyed that so much because it was a huge event. It didn't rain. Thank God it didn't rain. So it was fun. It was a very fun event. Some people say sunset watching during any event. That would be too late for the event we're planning, but we'll look into a special event to include that somehow. There's a lot of people that love the sunset watching. They take some good photos too. So, of course, another one says whenever Ginger and Buddy are available, both doggos will be there. Yeah, we love Ginger and Buddy. That is the GGC Campus Police canine dogs. They're very, very good. A campfire for all the students. S'mores. That's a good event for GGC Get Involved, as they post good event !@ at GGC Get Involved. I think it'd be a really fun time. I think though they should do it in the lawn. They shouldn't, even though GGC Share, they've done a campfire event like that, and I hosted one of those events when I was an RA. I think it'd be a good idea to have that on GGC lawn. People can have campfires, s'mores, food, maybe some music too. It's kind of like a mixer. So I would love to see them do that. And if they do that, I would love to do an hour podcast of that, because I think that'd be a fun event to go to and podcast to students about that. Of course, Thursday through Sunday, we're thinking Thursday, so we'll have the most amount of students on campus. Thursday's a good day. I would say Tuesdays and Thursdays are the best days for students to come on. Following that will be a Monday. Wednesday is a little bit slim. Friday is very slim. And of course, Saturday and Sunday is slim, because a lot of students, well, most of us don't have Saturday, Sunday classes. So they do offer Saturday classes. And I actually did take an art class on Saturdays. That was an interesting schedule. I needed to make it work for the schedule that I need it for, but it was quite interesting to do a Saturday class. I did it with my brother, and it was an art class, and we needed it for one of our tier 1 entry for college, but it was a Saturday class, and it was just like, whoa. But it was fun. It was different. I really enjoyed it for sure. It was, it was an art class. I love art and creativity, so very, very exciting. So this last thing I wanted to talk about here on the podcast, and we've done this post a couple days ago, and I am super stoked about this opportunity. I've been in contact with GGC Get Involved. I want to have this happen. I want to be there to be kind of their spokesman, I guess, for podcasting for this. They're thinking about implementing Greet Life here at GGC. Of course, you guys can go to our post at grizzly_talk. That is our Instagram. We said GGC Community, GGC Get Involved has a new post about integrating Greet Life at GGC. Implementing this could be something huge. In the post, there is a survey for all GGC students. Let's make this happen. Now that's something we can get behind on. So you guys can go to GGC Get Involved right now. They have their post about the Greet Life, and they had a poster, and then they will have a link to a survey. And you click that link, do this survey, and let us know if you would like to see a Greet Life. You cannot believe how many people on and off campus, when I'm in production or if I'm in property management, a lot of people have asked me, does GGC has Greet Life? And I have to tell them no, because we don't. So this will be something huge for GGC if we implemented Greet Life on campus. I think that's something we need. I think it could go a long way. It can be a lot of good funding for it. And when we went to GGC's field trip, when I was in RA, we went to what's called GRAS Conference. That's the Georgia Resident Assistant Association Seminar, if I'm have the acronym right. That was a great event because we went there and we represented, and of course I did a video and it was cool, but the host of the whole conference was calling out Greek names and Greek life and sororities and fraternities, and we didn't have any. We couldn't cheer up and we couldn't do our thing. So I would love to see a Greek life on campus. Let's make this thing happen. Do the survey. It probably takes about 3 minutes out of your time while you're at home doing your homework and your assignments online. Please do this survey because we want to make this happen. I would love to see a Great Life here at GGC, and I can't wait to see more about this for sure. So that's going to do it for the Grizzly Talk Podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. Please be sure to, number one, stay safe. Drink water every 15 minutes, just a sip of water. Stay inside when you can. They do have a stay home order here in Georgia, but it's also pollen season. So if you are highly allergic to pollen, please stay inside. Take some medicine if you're feeling kind of sick or feverish, and just do not go near pollen, because the tricky thing is when you inhabit pollen and you're sick from pollen, then people are going to think you got the virus, because there's the virus and pollen going on at the same time. So please be safe. I want to thank you guys. We love you. And please be safe. Subscribe to our Spotify, our Instagram accounts, every platform that we host our show. Please be sure to subscribe. So that's going to do it. The Grizzly Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Kennedy Patterson. Go Grizzlies.
And that's it for this week's episode. Add us to your podcatcher or on iTunes now so that you can make sure you never miss out on another second of our wonderful podcast. We would hate for you to miss out. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.